Today I would like to talk to you on a very important topic, time leadership. I am not talking time management. Time management is managing time efficiently, whereas time leadership is leading the time effectively. Now let us understand, time is something very scarce and it is inelastic, it is limited. You have only 24 hours in a day. And it's like a river. River keeps flowing. You can't touch the same water again. Second time, it keeps flowing. Time is exactly like that. Now, time leadership is identify activities on which you want to spend your time, prioritize those activities, then allocate time for those activities, keep monitoring them. These are the 4 steps of time leadership. Identify the activities, prioritize them, allocate the time, monitor them. Now, what are the general reasons which are responsible for poor time management? See, there are personal reasons, there could be managerial reasons. Personal reasons are, it's basically you are a disorganized person, or you get involved too much into everything, or you cannot say no to people, no to things. Inability to say no. Of course, too much of, what I call paperwork. Then lack of priorities. Then of course you are not able to read selectively. You want to read everything. And lastly, you are not disciplined at all. These are the reasons personally responsible for poor management of time. Whereas managerially, you are not able to communicate well, you are not able to decide in time, or you are not able to, what you call the prioritizing and planning you are not able to do, or meetings you are not able to conduct effectively with a proper structure and agenda and all that. Now, most important thing I would like to share with you is how I lead my time. See, let me take 2019, how I led my time, a non-corona year 2019. If I give you an example, which I share with all my friends and colleagues every year in December, 2019 December, I shared with my friends that 30% of my time available in that year, I spent as an advisor to various governments of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, those governments. 30% of my time I spent on that. That means 7 days a week, 30% is close to 2.1 days I spent on that. Whereas 40% of my time I spent on teaching, learning, training, people development, those areas which are my passion. Balance 30%, I spend time with my family and also holidaying. Now, based on my experience, I would like to give you some tips for effective time leadership. First is, whatever you do, focus, concentrate. Second is plan, not just a higher level, you could also need to plan. Micro planning is important. Next step I would like to give you is selectively read not everything. Then next step I would like to give you is stick to your schedules as much as possible. One more most important thing is prune those time wasters. It can be a call suddenly coming, you need not take the calls. Every call whenever they call. Or unscheduled visitors suddenly coming, you need not meet them. Or going for a meeting without a structure and agenda. It can be also perfectionism. Avoid that perfectionism sometimes, it takes a lot of time. And lastly, what I would like to tell you is, there are such repetitive tasks every day you need to do, program them. You will save a lot of time. Let me end with a story. There is a jar like this. You take this jar and put those rocks first. The blue color are the rocks, the star ones. Put those inside the jar. Then there is still space. Now take some pebbles. Pebbles are this black one, small triangle what I kept. Put them. They still go inside. After that, take some sand, which is the dot. Put the sand. Sand also goes inside. So there are rocks in between the space you have put the pebbles, and there is still space, you have put some sand went inside. Now rocks are the most important thing for you, whereas sand is the least important. In between the pebbles are medium important. So how much time you are allocating for your rocks? Is it 65% of your time are you allocating? Are you allocating another 30% time for the these pebbles, and the balance 5% are you allocating for the sand? If the reverse, you take the jar first and fill it with sand, naturally 100% time goes on for sand activities, which are the least important ones. Then you can't put pebbles, you can't put rocks. Moral of this story is rocks first. Allocate your time to the rocks, which could be your family, which could be your self-development, it could be your job priorities. Then only rest of it comes. Thank you.